Hey YouTube, welcome back to sandwich time. We're in the kitchen today where it's always sandwich time. Today I've got a request from a friend of mine who is over. His name is Tug and he's a vegetarian. So today I'm going to make him a little vegetable sandwich. It's going to be grilled. It's going to be another hot sandwich just like the last vid. So what we've got on the plate today, we've of course got our 2 pieces of bread. I like to use some fresh Italian bread. That's what we had in the kitchen today. We've got some onions chopped. We've got some Munster cheese. We've got tomatoes and we've got lettuce. And we've got a little Dijon mustard that we're going to put on the sandwich at the end for a little kick. We've also got some butter in our pan heating up right now. And what we're going to do first is we're going to take the onions and we're going to just put them right into the pan, right into that hot butter. Start to soften them up a little bit. You know, on a grilled sandwich, sometimes you want the onions to give a little crunch so you could serve them raw, but I think today what we want to do is just do a little grilled onion action. So we're just going to get those started, you know, softening up in the pan a little bit. We're just going to kind of let them go. So put those on low heat. Keep an eye on them. You don't want them to burn, so just move them around every once in a while. What we're going to do next is we're going to put some butter on our bread because we're going to toast it in the pan. So if I was smarter, I would have brought my butter out earlier so it would be easier to spread, but we're just going to get some butter here. Spread it right on that bread. A little bit more butter. A little bit more spread. You just want to get it covered so when you put it in the pan, you know, it gets a nice little sear on it. It gets sizzled. A little bit more butter. We're going to put on the second piece of bread. And like I mentioned, just keep an eye on your onions. We don't want them to start burning in there. You don't want to ruin your sandwich with a nice burned onion. So we're going to spread these out a little bit. Just move them around. Start separating the onions from each other. Looks like they've still got a little bit to go. So then next what we're going to do is we're going to take the bread. We're going to put our cheese on the inside, the non-buttered side. So I'm going to put 1 piece of cheese on each. I think that these are, these are getting pretty soft. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these hot onions, we're going to put it right on top of one of the pieces of cheese. And that'll probably start getting it melted already, and that's a good thing. So we got the onions on the cheese. We still got our hot pan over here. I'm actually going to turn it up a little bit, maybe to medium heat or so. I had it on low for the onions. And what we're going to do next is we're going to throw these tomatoes on the other side. We're going to close it up. We're going to leave the lettuce out for now just because we don't want that to get hot and wilted. Nobody likes wilted lettuce. So we're going to leave that out until after we're done. But now you've got the bread, the cheese, onions, tomato, all on the inside of the bread, butter side out. So we are going to go ahead, throw it down. Ooh, and you like to hear that little sizzle when the butter hits the pan. We're going to let that go for a couple minutes here now. Now's a good time to remind everybody, if you haven't liked this video, give us a thumbs up. Click subscribe so you can get notifications when we come out with new videos. And if you have a suggestion for a sandwich that you'd like to see me make, just drop a comment below. Let me know. Let me know how I'm doing, Maybe you've got a favorite sandwich that you'd love to see me make. So we've already had this down for, a couple seconds on this side. We're going to let it heat up a little bit more. Ooh, I hear that butter sizzling in there. I'm going to check the bottom. You want to see a little bit of browning going on. Still got a little bit. Can you guys hear that? Can you smell it through the video? Haha. But anyway, we're going to let that go in there for a little bit. Alright, I hear that sizzling. So let's go ahead. We'll flip it over. Ooh, burned my hand a little bit. Uh-oh, we lost a couple onions, but you can always just kind of open it up and just shovel those guys right back in. Same with the tomatoes. They kind of want to squirt out every once in a while. Ooh, you see that cheese melting in there? Get the onions nice and stuck in that melty cheese. That is looking good. Mm-mm. Oh man, we've got a messy sandwich today. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring our sandwich on out. I'm gonna put them on our plate, and I'm gonna get some of those onions and some of that cheese that fell out in the pan. I'm just gonna put them right back onto the sandwich. So we're gonna open her up right here. Drop some of those guys right on there. Woo, don't need that anymore. I'm just going to scrape this cheese and those onions. You don't want to let any of that go to waste because that's the good stuff. You want that right onto your sandwich there. Ooh, that is hot. I've got a phone alarm going off. Alright, so now that we got everything on the sandwich, we're going to take some of this Dijon mustard here. And we are going to give a little squirty drizzle right over the top. That's the good stuff. I'm going to put a piece of lettuce on right here. Slap that top right back on. We're going to slice it right in half so we can get a good view of the cross section. I like to do a little diagonal slice. You don't have to do that. It's just a little fancy. But look at that. Got the cheese, the onions, the tomato, the lettuce, the mustard, all in one bite. And oh, I almost forgot. Today's sandwich is going to be served with Market Garden Brewery's Shandy Lemon Shandy. So make sure you serve it with your beverage of choice. Hell yeah!